Whether you're new to cycling or an experienced pro, chances are at some point you're going to find yourself riding in the pouring rain. Some of us love riding in the rain. They're called weirdos, whereas many of us avoid it at all costs. But regardless of how you feel about it, there are several mistakes that cyclists make. So in this video, we're going to show you what they are so that you can avoid them in the future. Also, the one chute we came out on when we wanted it to rain, and it's not raining. First is a mistake that Hank always makes, and that is not bringing a rain cape with you on your ride. You might set off and it's beaming sunshine, but then when the weather changes, they can be an absolute lifesaver. A rain cape like this packs down to nothing in your back pocket, and whipping it out when the rain starts, oh man, it's amazing. Personally, I tend to take a rain cape with me all year round, and if you're riding in an area with changeable weather such as mountains, or you just live in the UK, it's a great idea too. Another mistake many cyclists make in the rain is not thinking about their visibility or using lights. Now, in many places in the world, it's not the law that you have to use lights in the rain, but as vulnerable road users, it's just sensible, isn't it? If I'm riding in bad conditions like we have today, then I'll always stick on a rear light for added visibility. And if it's particularly bad, then I'll run a front light as well. But you can make a judge as to what the conditions you're riding in require, but definitely think about increasing your visibility, and lights are the best way to do it. And remember, it doesn't have to be night time to run lights. You can run them in the daytime as well. And for this reason, many cars now have daytime running lights. It's warming me up. Well, lad, this is another one that cyclists often forget: lowering their tyre pressure when riding on wet roads. Now, typically I'll reduce my tyre pressure by about 20 psi in wet conditions over the dry. Pirelli actually has a really useful resource on their website where they will recommend how much pressure you should let out depending on how much you weigh and also the width of tyre that you're using. So, well, I think I should let a bit out now actually. These are pretty hard. Reducing the pressure in your tyre has the effect of making it a little bit softer, allowing it to deform over the road a little bit more. This gives you a greater contact patch and therefore a bit more grip, which is crucial when you're riding on wet roads, which typically have less grip. A bit of kit that I'm a big fan of is wearing a hat or a casquette that has a peak like this. Has the advantage of giving a bit of insulation to your head, keeping you warmer, but also the peak acts like a visor on a mountain bike helmet and is useful at stopping dirt and debris and road spray getting in your eyes. Of course, the big question is peak up or peak down. I mean, it's pretty clear what side of the fence I'm sitting on right now, but let's have a poll in the app. Peak up or peak down? Vote now. Not wearing overshoes. Overshoes can be inexpensive and they're a great way of keeping your feet much warmer and much drier in wet conditions. They're also brilliant at keeping your fresh white DMT kicks nice and pristine and clean. Because if you ride on wet roads, nice, clean, fresh cycling shoes get very dirty, very gritty and grimy very quickly. Not using mud guards. Yep, my bike isn't currently fitted with mud guards or fenders, as they're also known. This is definitely one of those cases of do as I say and not as I do. The reason being that mudguards are really effective at stopping road spray coming off the road and flying onto you from your wheels. This keeps you much drier and cleaner, keeps your bike much cleaner as well. And if you need convincing as to the effectiveness of mudguards, well, myself and Alex did a video on it and it's pretty conclusive. And at the very least, even if you don't have time to fit a full set of mudguards, you could slot in something nice and quick, like an ass saver, into the back of your saddle. This will still keep a lot of spray off your bum. And a final mistake we'd say not to make is that when you get to the end of your ride in the rain, always prioritise cleaning your bike as soon as possible. That's because riding in the rain is a perfect cocktail for bike destruction. I mean, you get more grime and grit and salt deposited all over your bike. This creates grinding paste in your drivetrain, which wears it out at an accelerated rate. And if you leave salt on your drivetrain, once the lube's been washed off, it'll rust very quickly as well. So to avoid that, just clean it as soon as you get home. Now, I hope you found this video useful, and let us know in the comments which of these mistakes you've made in the past and any others that you'd suggest that other people can avoid making by you commenting down below. And we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.